There's a decent chance someone your exact age is making 30 to 50% more than you. And it's not because they're smarter or work harder. Most people never check where they actually stand relative to their peers. And that blind spot can quietly cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Today we're fixing that. I'm breaking down average income by age, decade by decade, and more importantly, 2 strategic tips at each age range that can help you earn more. Stick with me until the end, because I'll also show you how to track this using your free personal finance tracker that I am giving away to my subscribers. Go to the description below and follow it to my website to download. Let's get into it. Why income matters and why it's not the whole story. First, I need to quickly establish the foundation for you. Income is not net worth, but income is the engine that builds net worth. Here's what most people miss. Your earning window is limited. You have roughly 40 to 45 years to maximize income. What matters most isn't where you start, it's how fast your income grows. Someone making $45,000 at 25 who grows income by 6% a year will absolutely outrun someone who starts at $60,000 and stays flat. And one more thing before we go further. When you see income stats, always focus on median, not average. Median best represents the typical worker, while the average gets artificially pulled up by the top earners that make a lot more than the average. Alright, so let's get into the median income for each decade. Ages 25 to 34, the foundation years. The median income between ages 25 to 34 is about $54,000. This decade matters more than people realize because this is the decade of your life where you experience the fastest income growth. You're moving from entry level to real responsibility, and this is when skill choices compound hard. Tip number 1, build high-value skills aggressively. While working hard is important, equipping yourself with valuable skill sets that directly increase pay will be more valuable to your own pocket. Look at your industry and ask, what skills unlock promotions? What skills command outside offers? Do I need a certification on data, analytics, any other technical depth, or project ownership? Ask yourself if these skill sets can be learned in the evenings or weekends outside your day job. By the time the next pay raise comes around the corner, you can comfortably and confidently ask your manager for a pay raise because of the added skill sets you bring to the team. And in case you're not convinced yet, specialists in an industry routinely earn 20 to 40% more than generalists. And you know what most people forget? Many employers even pay you to get certifications. That's free skill sets that you can add onto your resume if you ever want to switch companies one day. In other words, that's free leverage. Use it. Tip number 2, job hop strategically every 2 to 3 years. This makes people uncomfortable because you're supposed to be loyal to your company. But the truth is, the company is not loyal to you either, and they will lay you off in a moment if they needed to. The data is clear. Internal raises average around 3% per year. External moves often bring 10 to 20% jumps. Before each move, make sure to document results with numbers, not managed accounts. Specific quantifiable results, like, I grew engagement by 145%, and drove an additional $50,000 in revenue in 2025, is meaningful to your resume and to future employers. Your current salary becomes the anchor for every future offer. Early moves compound for decades. If you're in your 20s or early 30s, I would encourage you to start thinking about how you're doing relative to your peers and track your finances through time because you have the most amount of time to accumulate and grow wealth. Go to the description to find out how to download your free personal finance tracker. Ages 35 to 44, the acceleration phase. The median income between ages 35 to 44 is about $65,000. This is where earlier decisions start paying off. Reputation, network, and credibility turn into money. Tip number 1, negotiate like it matters, because it does. By now, you're not replaceable labor. You're accumulated expertise. One negotiation can add over $1 million to lifetime earnings. Know your market value? Use salary tools. Talk to recruiters, compare offers, and if your employer won't match the market, be willing to move. Comfort is expensive. Tip number 2, add income beyond your job. This isn't about quitting, it's about total income. Having side gigs like consulting, freelance expertise, and selling digital products can add a substantial amount of income. Side jobs like this could bring an extra $1,500 a month, which translates to $18,000 a year. That meaningfully accelerates wealth because you can invest this $18,000 and let it grow through time. Most successful businesses start here when risk is manageable. Whatever you do, Make sure it is something you actively enjoy and happily already know more than the average person about. This makes doing this side gig in the evenings or weekends a lot easier to do when you're tired. Ages 45 to 54, the peak earning decade. This is typically the top. The median income at ages 45 to 54 is around $67,000. Here, you've built experience, judgment, and pattern recognition. This is what companies are paying more for now, since you have about 2 decades of experience under your belt. Tip number 1, move from doer to authority. At 20 plus years in, stop underselling yourself. Positions such as advisory roles, interim leadership, and specialized consulting can pay $150 to $300 per hour. Your experience compresses time and reduces risk for companies. That's premium value. Tip number 2, make your final big move intentional. If there's one last jump or risk to take in your career, this is the window. Even a $20,000 increase in income over your last 15 years equals $300,000, which can grow through investments during that time as well. This is about maximizing the final stretch of peak earnings. Here, skill sets, leadership, and expertise matter a lot, and this is where you can make the biggest jumps in your salary. Ages 55 plus, the strategic transition. The median income at ages 55 to 64 is around $62,000. 65 plus drops further, often by choice. This isn't decline, it's reprioritization, as people get to retirement and focus more internally on spending time at home and not stressing out at work. Tip number 1, extend high earning years if possible. If you're still healthy and happy, some would encourage you to continue to work for even a couple more years. Because working even 2 to 3 extra years can massively change outcomes. This would mean more savings, fewer retirement years to fund, and higher Social Security benefits. This small extension results in big math that can set you up even more in your retirement years. Tip number 2, build a retirement income bridge. Some people might take their leadership and expertise in a particular field to start doing some consulting or some part-time advisory work. While it may not be a lot, you can make a lot of money per unit time because of how many decades of experience you have developed. Even 10 hours a month at $150 an hour is $18,000 a year. This optional income can carry into your retirement if you would like, and it gives you extra flexibility and peace of mind. 3 factors that change everything. Before we wrap up, I must mention that these median incomes are subject to some variables. Particularly, there are 3 levers that matter as much as age. First is location. Even for the exact same job, someone living in Kansas City will make a substantially lower pay than someone living in New York City. Second is industry. We all know that tech and finance jobs make a substantial amount more than someone in consumer goods or in the fine arts. Compare yourself to those within your same industry first, as that would be the fairest comparison. Third is education. Some jobs require more education than others, and some jobs require more experience as opposed to how many degrees you have. Again, it's best to compare yourself to those in the same industry and require the same amount of education. So what are your next steps? These numbers aren't destiny, they're benchmarks. Income is one of the most controllable parts of your financial life. This week, compare your income to your age bracket. Identify one high-value skill to build in 90 days. Research your real market value, then take one action. That's how income actually grows. If this helped, please like the video so others see it, and also please watch this video on how you compare on net worth, which is a totally different metric than income. Also, please subscribe and go into the description to get your free personal finance tracker at my website.